Hey, are you still buying vegetables from the supermarket?
Well, stop wasting your time and come down to Nanda's Garden Market.
Oh, that's a good one.
Welcome to my garden. In this garden you will find peace and happiness, and you will see lovely vegetables growing, and you will be able to harvest some lovely vegetables and lovely flowers to give you peace of mind. And every year I do something new to the garden. This year what I've done is I divided the garden more or less into two parts. This part there I put flowers, and this part is fruits and vegetables. And next year I'm going to organize it even better. You don't realize when they grow, when they become big, how bushy they can be. But I've learned from it, so next year I'll organize it a bit more. The more you pick them, the more you get. I planted them from seeds back in April, and look, now we're harvesting. Well, we've cooked about 3 or 4 times already, given to my brother, my neighbors, everyone. They've got. And we still can pick more for the next 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah? Let's go and pick some courgette now. It's a round courgette. I bought the seed in Belgium. It's courgette, would you believe it? Round courgette. Pétiron, they call it in Belgium. It's lovely. Cook it, stir fry it, lovely. These are the normal courgette you've seen, most probably. And I've already, this one again I planted from seed, and I've already picked about 3 or 4 from this little bush. So it's doing well this year. And how about that one? Another type of courgette. So in my garden we've got 3 types of courgette: the round courgette, and the green normal courgette, and the yellow courgette. And this one's only given 1, so I'm hoping it will give another one sometime. But the way I did it, when I planted the potatoes, then I built this square box, fill it up with earth, with soil, topsoil, and I've as the potato was growing, because potatoes when they grow, they also have roots on the side. So I'm hoping, because it's nearly ready now, I'm hoping next week when I dig this up I'll have loads of potatoes. I'm happy with them. Look, there's one here, one nice one. This and that will take maybe another month or so. We become quite big, and I can see another one coming up here, and then there's one already here, big. And last year it gave only 1 pair, and this year I think it's given 3 pairs, so 300% more than last year. So I'm hoping next year, but I need to do something to make it more stronger. This is the tree look weak for me. That's why it's not producing lots of fruits. So what I'm going to do is give him some nutrition and nutrients and things like that over the winter, and hopefully next year we'll get more. Look, my banana tree.
Oh, we can definitely eat off them, off the leaves.
Yeah.
Nice 7 curries.
I'm so pleased with this one, because one day my wife was cooking butternut squash and gave me some seeds. I put them away, and last March I put them. I put 2 or 3 seeds in the greenhouse, and they grew. and they are growing quite nicely. And I've transplanted them in here in this pot. But if you can see, they started giving butternut squash. So that's a good result, don't you think? Yeah. Another thing that I've done also over the winter is putting beetroot seeds in the greenhouse, and it was quite good, and I planted them back in April, and I'm going to show you one of them. What do you think of that? You wish you have that in your hand, won't you? And eat it, boil it, it's nice and sweet, lovely. You see, the beetroot, because it depends how many you put in, the less you put, the bigger the beetroot will be. Yeah, you see, they're not a bad size. This is what you get in supermarket. Mauritian cook it like with beetroot, carrots, potatoes, and I've got all of them here. If I could grow eggs, then we'll have a complete beetroot salad. Now this is something I'll be pleased if I can get one aubergine. This is an aubergine tree. I gained from seedlings, and it's growing quite strong and giving branches. So I think it will give quite a few aubergine, provided the summer persists. And my tomatoes are doing well. I've got plum tomatoes and I've got cherry tomatoes. Cherry tomatoes. These tomatoes don't turn red, they stay orange, and they are delicious. During confinement I was watching YouTube quite a lot, and there was a gardener in there who planted leeks in pots and containers, and one of the things he recommended is putting plastic bottles to keep them from to keep them safe from the wind, and also after a while to blacken the bottle so that you can whiten the leeks. So I'm hoping by September, October we should be harvesting leeks. And in here where I put all my seedlings, I tell you I'm so pleased this year because the cucumbers have gone mad. This one here is a mini cucumber. It's done quite well too. I did have it outside, but it wasn't doing so well. So when I brought it in, and it started giving cucumber. That's how big it will be. It won't get any bigger than that.
Do you agree that this is your best harvest of cucumbers?
Oh yes, this has been the best this year. And pak choy. Don't you love this? Look at that. This is lovely black pak choy. You can do it as a vegetarian dish, or you can do it with meat. It's lovely. Now, for some reason, my chives doesn't seem to be getting any thicker. So I'm going to try and put them out once the sun is out, and we'll see. I built it myself. And when the weather is cold, I put this cover on, but now I leave it off. As you can see, I've got carrots, and look at the carrots. What do you say? Eh? Oh, Daddy!
That's a good sized carrot.
Yeah. My brother came last week, so I gave him one of the beetroot. And lettuce, look at the lettuce. And corianders. Corianders
so
done
good.
well in there. So in winter I'm going to put garlic in this. Fill the whole thing with garlic. And maybe try some winter cabbage. Now my neighbor, named Dave, he gave us some lemon mint. I tell you, this is lovely, and I put it in a box because, as you know, mint, if you plant it in the garden, it will take over your garden. But this one in the container, and look at it. And my wife loves spinach. Look at that. It's lovely, isn't it? She hasn't even noticed it yet. Yeah, lovely stuff. when I came into this house, there was nothing here, so I put this mint in, and about 10 years ago, and it's gone mad. This year it's grown quite lovely though, lovely and beautiful. Every year you learn something, every year. I've got sweet corn also, but the sweet corn, don't know whether they will give me sweet corn. Here is a Victoria plum. For some reason this year, after I pruned it last year, it hasn't given lots of fruit. I'm hoping next year I may need to get some expert to come and help me to see what we can do with this tree, because a lot of even though I've looked after it all the time, but it doesn't seem to be producing good harvests this year. It started giving gherkins, and it will give loads of gherkins, this one, and it's good for pickling. So if you like pickled gherkin, come to my garden, you can eat. This one is the it's a type of beans, long beans, and it's violet color, same color like this, burgundy color, but it become long like this. And there's something else I've tried, but it's called chow chow. In Mauritius we have that quite a lot, but here in summer, because our summer is so short, it won't give chow chow, but it will still give the green. Some people eat the green, make soup with it, so I wanted to leave it as long as possible to see if we can get one chow chow. I was eating watermelon in April, and I put the seed, just for laugh really, I put the seed in a little container and it grew. But I don't know whether a watermelon, from the time you put the seeds in till you harvest watermelon, is 65 days. But I don't know whether we will get it, because our summer is so short. An experienced gardener who plants in pots, and I saw him putting carrots, about 20 carrots in a little container, and I've done the same, and it works. They're nice carrots. They won't get longer because there are too many carrots in this, but it will be delicious. And that, with your beetroot and the potatoes, I got Charlotte potatoes there, so you can have a nice salad. This is the end part of the garden, and I've got vegetable and fruits. I've got Victoria plum, apple, and then pears. I think that's all you can take. You can't take any more fruits, else you're going to have no space for vegetable. The part that is nearer the house, I put flowers. Purple dahlias, yellow dahlias, white and pink dahlias. Every year they come up nicely, and they're double dahlias. And the white rose, once the flowers has finished, and like this one, there's a little bud there, take it out and pick it and so that it will encourage the bush to produce more flowers. And I've been very lucky with this white rose. It's been quite abundant this year, and every year they produce beautiful flowers. And in between that, there's I think it's called lis, and then there's a yellow one here, you see. And from seedlings, from seeds, I've got these two sunflower, and it gives sunflower on the side. It's not only one sunflower. This one will give multiple sunflower. This year what I've done with it is produce loads of flowers. What I've done, early in, just after winter, I trimmed it. Then I put Epsom salt and some grow more. The leaves are so green, and then they produce loads of flowers. These flowers will stay for another couple of weeks, but they will change color, and then they will dry, but they'll still look nice. I also plant some strawberries in hanging baskets, and They don't need a lot of looking after, but you need to water them regularly. And now this is coming at its end of its life, but you can still see it's producing some strawberry, as there's one there. And but I do it for decoration mainly, and then when kids come we just pick some strawberry. And then this is a calibrosha I told you earlier, is one of my favorites. And this is what my brother gave me. He was dying, so he looked after it. He resuscitated, so I gave it back to me. So every day I've been watering it, and I've added another. Now I don't know the name of it. I think this is also calibrosha. And we managed to resuscitate it. We've got thymes and some flowers are growing around it, so I didn't have the heart to take it out, and more lemon thymes, parsley, and this is also parsley and bay leaves. But the parsley we've harvested quite a lot of the parsley, so we now need to leave it alone, let it grow again. The latest addition to the garden, which Rosny brought yesterday, is this, and it's called anana, pineapple. Now, I'm going to look after this. I don't know how big this should get, but I'm going to transfer it in a bigger pot, put some Epsom salt and some grow more, and then it's also getting a, there's another shoot. There's a shoot out coming from here, so that will come into another tree. So if we look after it, it will do well. I think in winter we need to bring it inside, and I need to do a bit more research on it and see how we can look after it. These two chili plants, I bought them back in March, but they were not doing well at all. They had them in the greenhouse. Then I thought maybe they need more sun. So when they started getting sunny and the weather started improving, so I brought them outside, and my God, they've responded well. Look at them, there's plenty of flowers, and then you got chilies started to come. They're quite big chilies, and in this one also you got chilies here, and they will, all of them will, all these flowers will turn into nice chilies, and then the chili will turn red later on. So when you look at it, it will look nice as a ornament, but you can also pick the chilies. That's if you like hot food. This is a yucca tree, and I'm very pleased with this. What happened, we've been given that in 2014. It was growing quite big, and it was reaching the roof. Did some research, and one day with the help of my son, I cut it and then put some candles at the top.
Yeah, that was me.
And then we waited. That was in March, I think. March. It started growing roots, and then that would also become a yucca plant. These are quite expensive. When you go and have a look, you'll see in the garden center, they're about 30-40 pounds. And then the other part, the top part, I put it in here, and that is growing. I've got two there. So I've got plenty of present for the kids. I've been told I spend about 10 hours in the garden. This is what you get. The satisfaction of picking your own fruits, your own vegetables. You can't even put it into words.